Architectural Builder's Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Whatnot, and honestly, it's been a while since someone spec'd a solid bronze threshold for us. Generally, we just do the majority of them out of wood. And I was looking at the saddle threshold and just wondering what the standard procedure kind of is there. I think you have one that's like half-inch height ish, and just kind of looking at using that one possibly for this entry door that I'm building. It's an in-swing. The full jam depth is 6.5 inches, and I was just kind of wondering how traditionally you guys, or how traditionally that saddle threshold is cut or fit to. I mean, is that, if there's casing on the outside, do they notch those sometimes, or is there a substrate that people traditionally build, like for the saddle threshold, to get it up to finished flooring height, or?
Yeah, all of the above. I mean, that threshold is going to sit down on top of something, obviously.
Right.
So, whether that's going to be stone or some structure, if it was me, it wouldn't be anything that's going to fatigue over the period of a decade.
Right.
And, a lot of the time so is this a single door?
It's actually a double door, Richard, and it's new construction. It's residential, and really, I mean, this entry door is gonna sit, on subfloor, and like I said, traditionally when that happens, we just build a wooden sill with a bevel on it and whatnot, and it projects out past, say the jam's 6.5 inches deep. Generally, it projects out past, an inch or two, and then has horns on it to receive the casing. I'm just kind of wondering what you might recommend as far as fitting a saddle square, or using a solid bronze sill in comparison to the wood, if that changes at all, or.
I don't think it does. It changes what you're going to end up using because you'll be restricted to what profiles are available.
Right.
Are there side lights?
No.
Okay. So, generally it's going to sit down onto something, depending on what the construction cross-section looks like. And most commonly I see people install interlocking versions of solid bronze thresholds.
Right.
A saddle is great. A saddle's super easy. Yes, it's going to be poked around the jam. In the commercial world, we would run it, we would run it past the door and over the face of the jam, but that would be very atypical in your application. That casing should run all the way long down to the floor, and the saddle gets, poked around the jam, the rabbet, the stop. And that's it.
And does it go full depth, Richard?
Well, that really depends on what that cross-section looks like. I mean,
right.
Ideally, something's going to have to happen there. So if you're dealing with a saddle threshold, like you said, well, I mean, it's got to come under the door, and it's going to therefore sit on top of your flooring, which then you start to say, well, a saddle's not really the best profile. A half saddle could be a better profile that you can run your flooring up to.
Right.
So if you were to
do you guys sell those half saddles?
Yeah, sure. There's going to be architectural bronze thresholds to look at that are in different profiles.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool, man. Well, that's all good information, and I'm just kind of digging into this now, but I was looking through your website and looking at some of your videos. So, yeah, super helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. What I would recommend is that when you get a cross-section of the door, send it over to me, the jam.
Okay.
And I'd be happy to make a recommendation. I obviously would like to see where the flooring is going to come into play and all of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and and if you are doing it at this moment, then I would. What weather stripping do you typically use? Like a curved-in Q-Lon style?
Yeah, I use the resource conservation technologies where I'll do dado across the bottom of the door, and then it has an aluminum sleeve that goes up into that. And they got a really heavy silicone weather strip that I've been using with no callbacks for, I don't know, a long time now.
Yeah. And that's where that question was going, with that kind of stuff. Keep it simple. Keep it easy to
Right.
replace, effective and not costly.
The interlocking stuff, I know people have been doing it a long time, Richard, but just one of my friends who's also a cabinet maker, does architectural millwork, they're great. I love it in concept, but man, when one of those goes awry, that's a lot of messing around with a lot of times the house will settle or whatnot. It's just a tight tolerance. It's a very tight tolerance for that to, flow properly.
I don't disagree, but where I come from, those puppies are 100+ years old, and they've worked.
Are they really? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's certainly no good in terms of our value and all that other stuff, but when someone kicks around the term solid brass threshold, the ones you're going to see really often are interlock because they're looking for that sort of technology that existed way before high-tech chemistry as it, currently exists in weather stripping.
Right.
And mechanical interlocking can't be beat in terms of keeping stuff out regarding particulate.
For sure.
Anyway, but it ain't high on the R value, that's for sure.
Yeah, I got you, man. Well, cool. Well, I will. I'm sure I can pull your email off here, and once I have kind of a cross section showing this sill, I can kind of show you what I have going on now, Richard. With the wood ones drawn in there, and they just kind of I think we want to go with, solid bronze, brass, whatever, and I can show you kind of what we have now and send that over, and maybe you can just give me an idea as to what you're thinking there.
I would love to see it. My email's under contact us in the upper right-hand corner of the site.
Okay, perfect, man. I'll send it over right now.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Hey, thank you.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.